Good morning, guys. I hope everyone's day is off to an amazing start. I wanted to pop in this morning and share with you my morning routine. I have to tell you though, most days, most mornings, I wake up feeling just about how Minnie Mouse is looking right there, but somehow I managed to make it downstairs, pour myself a cup of coffee, and have a little bite to eat. So many mornings, I will go ahead and just have some type of breakfast bar. This one right here you see is really packed with fiber. Other mornings I will have a couple of slices of turkey bacon and maybe an egg or two. But I always take my vitamins, and I love the One a Day for Women's. Orange and red are my favorite. So after I down those with a nice helping of water, I am off for my morning workout. On this particular day, I wanted to work out in the basement. However, contractors were down there doing a little work, so I decided to go right outside of the basement door and do a leg workout. All right, so I know that the amount of weight on that bar, it's not a whole lot, but let me tell you, all the leg exercises that you're gonna see me doing here with that weighted bar, I do them without putting the bar down. So it's a continuous leg workout. So after a while, you really do feel the burn. So you don't need to put a lot of weight on there. All right, I just have to be honest with you here. Jump squats are the bane of my existence. I can't stand them, but they are great for the legs. All right, so after that hot leg workout, it is time for a nice, cool, relaxing shower. And I like to switch up my bath and shower products from, week to week, whatever I like. So this week, I really wanted to use the Calgon's Hawaiian ginger scent. It kind of reminds me of the time that we vacationed in Hawaii a couple of Julys ago, a couple of summers ago. I'll actually leave the link for the video. I have a little footage. I'll leave that link for you below. A couple of items, however, that I've been using consistently over the last couple of months are my Clarisonic Mia 2 and this Garnier charcoal scrub. And after drying off, I have to reach for this Skin Firming lotion by Jergens. All right, guys, so as you saw, I have had a little bite to eat. I've done my leg workout and I've showered, so I am so fresh, so clean right now. But so my mornings after I've done all of that really consist of me just hanging out. If Eric and I don't have anything planned with Chase outside of the house, the two of them are actually back home working and doing schoolwork. Eric is able to work from home. For those of you who do not know, he works from home, so he's able to monitor Chase on his math and science lessons when I'm not there. So I like to get out during the mornings really early and run my errands. So today I am headed into Ross. I am actually sitting in the Ross parking lot right now. Now, I have said before that I actually have a love-hate relationship with Ross. And I know some of you have Rosses in your towns and you have great success in there. My particular Ross, it is hit or miss. And if you want to find anything in there, you have to get here really early. So I'm going in here today because I'm looking for some LED candles to put at the base of the faux fireplace that is in our master bedroom. And I have some already. I actually purchased those from at home, but I didn't get enough. And I can remember being in Ross not too long ago and seeing some in there, and I should have picked them up then. So hopefully they're still in here. So I'm going to get some LED candles. Hopefully they have a remote. The ones that I have that I got from at home actually do have a remote. And then I need to get a really pretty tray for the table. The coffee table that's in our master bedroom. We have a glass coffee table in there. So hopefully I can find a real pretty tray in there and get a good deal on it. If not, I'll go right next door to Home Goods. There's a Home Goods in this parking lot too. So And then after that, I just need to hit up the grocery store. Guys, I am back from running errands, and I really quickly wanted to show you the items that I picked up, and I also want to share with you a few items that have quickly become some favorites for me here around the house, and just a couple of I think personal items too. So I want to get through it really quickly. I got back home kind of late. It is actually time for me to make Eric's and Chase's lunch. I ran into my neighbors in the store, and so you know how that story goes, okay? And they're way too long, but all right. So let me show you the first item that I picked up from Ross. All right, so I did find the candles. This was actually the last box of the LED candles in Ross. These were $14.99. These come with a built-in timer. Unlike the other ones that I already have that I mentioned earlier that I purchased from at home, these do not have a remote. However, after 4 hours they shut off, and then they come on 20 hours later. So that's good, so I don't have to continue to go back and forth to turn them off. All right, also in Ross, I found this really beautiful mirrored picture frame. It was only $5.99, if you can believe it, $5.99, and I think it'll look great on the coffee table. Like I said, that's in the master bedroom. I'm still picking up little pieces here and there, trying to get everything finalized and, you know, get the room to look I think kind of equal to the rest of the house. I think Eric and I have really done a really good job on decorating the other rooms in the house. And like I said a couple of videos ago, the master bedroom, just for whatever reason, has always been that room that has kind of just been like pushed back on the back burner. So right now I'm really trying to get it, you know, looking really nice and pretty, our own little private little sanctuary in the house. All right, so they did not have the tray that I wanted in Ross. So like I said, Ross is in the same shopping center in my area with Home Goods, so that works out great for me. So I just strolled down the sidewalk and went in there, and so in there I found this little I don't know if you guys call it, is this a candle holder? That's what I call it. I got it for that large candle that I purchased from Home Goods a few videos back, but I have to take it back because unfortunately it was too small. So here is my tray that I really wanted to purchase out of Ross, but they didn't have one. So of course, you know, you can always find things like these in Home Goods, and it was $39.99, and it is so heavy. I won't turn it around and blind you guys with the front of it because like I said, it is mirrored, but I love it. It is just the perfect size. I was kind of worried that it would be a little bit too big for the table, but I think it's going to look great. All right, so that was everything that I purchased from Ross and Home Goods. So let me really quickly show you some of the things, like I said, that are really becoming some of my favorite items to use here in the house. And then like I said too, I also have a couple of personal items that I'm really loving also. All right, so everyone knows how to make the toilet bombs. I have, I believe, maybe a couple of recipes here on my channel. I will leave the link for that recipe for the toilet bombs below. But you know, the use of the toilet bombs is to really, you know, give you a quick, fresh toilet in the case of a visitor emergency. You have someone coming, some people coming over to the house, and you haven't had a chance to give your restroom, your guest restroom, that little TLC that you typically give it. So the toilet bombs are perfect for that. However, over the last few months, I have actually been using these. These are the Lysol Click Gel automatic toilet bowl cleaners. Oh my gosh, they smell amazing. You put them right up under the rim of your toilet and it lasts for 30 days. The scent lasts for 30 days, and with each flush, your toilet is clean and it releases that really clean scent. This particular scent that I have is Lavender Fields, and guys, it smells amazing. They come individually wrapped. You'll get it like this. It's like a little, it looks like candy. So if you have any small kids, I would absolutely, you know, keep these put away from them. And once you open it up, you will see this little plastic container, and on the inside is this little gel. It looks like a liquid, but it's a gel. You gently press down on the little this little oddly shaped handle here, but it fits really securely in your hand. You press it right up underneath your rim and it stays there. It sticks with each flush. It never falls off, and it slowly dissolves over the course of 30 days. So I am really loving this. Even when you don't flush it, just passing by the restroom. I use them in actually all of our restrooms in the house. So even when you pass by the restroom, you really get that pretty, just really light lavender scent. So really loving those. All right, so listen, I don't do the laundry in the house. If you've watched any of our numerous videos here on the channel, Eric and I will tell you that he does the laundry. So I guess I'm kind of late to the game with these little crystals that you put in your washing machine. We were just walking down the aisle one day and I came across the ones by Gain. Gain has them. And so we've been buying those, and the clothes just smell so fresh. When I get up in the morning and I put on my bathrobe and I know that I have not laundered my robe in like a week and it still smells just so fresh and clean. Oh my gosh, so I was hooked on them. And then the other day in the grocery store, Purex, I saw had theirs on sale for like $1.99 a bottle. You know, these can get expensive. You know, you fill your cap up with these and they don't have a whole lot in here. So when I saw that the Purex brand had theirs for $1.99 or something like that, but it was a really good price. Oh my gosh, the smell on these are so amazing. So, yeah, we stocked up that day. We have even more than these three in the laundry room, but I was really trying to just grab some and bring them in here to share them with you guys. But if you are using the Gain, and I think the Gain may be like maybe $4, look, the Purex, even cheaper, and they smell just as nice and the scent lasts just as long. So right now, if you look anywhere on the internet, you will see everybody all over YouTube even doing the little charcoal masks or the little charcoal scrubs. You can buy them. They can be kind of pricey, and you can make some of them also. But when I came across this one by Garnier a couple of months ago, it's for oily skin. I have really oily skin. I really fell in love. I use the scrub in the shower with my little, you know, Mia 2 exfoliating scrub. And I love it. I don't have a lot of blackheads, but I just really love the really smooth finish that it gives the skin. So I had this one here and I was just about out of it. So when I went to the grocery store today, I picked up another one. Another item that is not necessarily a household item, but I love it. It's the Mellow Mood relaxation drink, and it has Bob Marley on the can. I'm not sure if the Bob Marley family is any way affiliated with this drink, but I love it. So it's a relaxation drink. It's a black tea, but this particular flavor that I love is flavored with peach and raspberry. When I tell you that this is so amazing, you know, the Olympics is playing right now. And so what I like to do is when we retire upstairs from a hard day of, you know, Eric doing his work and, you know, the both of us helping Chase with schoolwork or cleaning or cooking or whatever, I like to retire to the comfort of our master bedroom and enjoy one of these, and it is so good. The can, as you can see, it's a really tall can, so there are 2 servings in here, and each serving is only 70 calories. So just really nice. I'm not really a tea drinker. This doesn't even taste like tea. It tastes like peach and raspberry. It tastes like a peach and raspberry drink. And so I just get these from my local Kroger. I kind of re-upped on some today when I went to the grocery store, but I am just really enjoying these. So right now, I am going to go ahead, put all of these things away, get started on Eric and Chase's lunch. Hi guys, welcome back to the kitchen, and also back by popular demand. some reason, you guys want Eric back in the kitchen, so he's here.
And I cut the grass Thursday.
Okay.
And I didn't see you come outside. You didn't help. You said you were gonna. If I started coming in the kitchen,
I was gonna help you with
you were gonna cut the grass.
Well, look, I can't have the neighbors. I'm trying to help you out. I don't know how it's going to look to the other neighbors if you have your wife out there pushing the lawnmower. Look, I'm just trying to help you out.
I'm a modern man. I believe in equal everything.
I'm just trying to help you out. Anyway, what we are making today is cheeseburger ranch sliders. Cheeseburger ranch sliders. So let's really quickly go through the list of items that we'll be using today. So here we have our Petridge Farm, Eric, sliders, and these are the sweet soft kind. Guys, these are so good. If you guys have ever had the Hawaiian rolls, they taste very similar to those. All right, we have our bib lettuce here. We have some Pam to kind of like spray down our little pan here. We do not have a grill. We need to get like a little George Foreman type grill so that we can make burgers and stuff inside the house. We do not have one. But
we do have a grill outside. But it's like 80,000 degrees today, so we're just
we're not going out there. But this pan right here works great, and it's like, I wish you guys could feel the heat coming off of it. It is like really, really hot. Eric, what do you have over here in your quadrant of the island?
So I have mustard, which for some reason you buy in a squeeze bottle from the store and you put it in another squeeze bottle.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Yeah. Have you guys seen my refrigerator organization video? I will leave the link for that video below, and it'll explain all this, but I'm sure you ladies do it anyway.
No,
so, yeah.
Nobody has time for that. The ketchup, again, it comes in a squeeze bottle.
But it's wide and it takes up a lot of space in the refrigerator. Again, I will leave the link for that video below, and you will see, if you're not already doing it, how well these bottles fit inside of the refrigerator.
And mayonnaise.
That's correct. We use Duke's mayonnaise here.
Because we're from the South,
y'all. Because we're from the South.
Put it in cakes.
What? Oh, yeah. You can put it in the burgers too. You can actually put it into the ground beef. But do you guys have a favorite mayonnaise? Duke's is our favorite.
So is Miracle Whip, is that mayonnaise? Like, isn't that like a debate? Miracle Whip is like kind of mayonnaise.
Dressing, salad dressing.
I can't taste the difference. We got bacon bits. I need to try some of these, make sure they're fresh.
Oh my gosh. You can just get the little bacon bits if you don't want to like grease up your kitchen frying bacon. But you can also put your bacon in the oven too. That kind of cuts down on the grease. But just a few little bacon crumbles.
Ranch dressing.
Yep, a little ranch packet and some cheese. We're going to use some Sargento Colby Jack cheese today, and we're going to put some fries in the oven and have a little salad, and that's it.
Yeah, we do oven fries.
Yeah.
Like a long time ago, we had a fryer, but the thing with the fryer, you can't fry stuff in your house without making a mess.
No, it just destroys your kitchen.
Yeah.
It just destroys your kitchen. All right, so guys, the first thing we're going to do is, Eric, you're so lucky today. There are no onions for you to chop up, so yay, no onions.
Here we go.
Yeah, all right, so I just put in my packet of ranch dressing. All right, then I'm going to just go ahead and dump in the bacon crumbles. And I love this Weber gourmet burger seasoning. You just sprinkle a little bit of this into your meat, and then they just taste really, really tasty.
Now this is ground beef, right?
Yeah.
What's the fat on this? What is this? 20%? 15?
I'm not sure.
We do turkey burgers sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes
we
do ground beef.
Yeah.
The lean ground beef doesn't really work that well in a burger.
I put some on the grill a few weeks ago, and they just fell apart.
Yeah, you need a little bit of fat, but the turkey burgers are good.
All right, Eric, so sprinkle some of that in here. So Eric, what I need for you to do, your contribution is going to be to form the patties into nice slider sizes and go ahead and put them on your grill. Well, first off, because my hands are dirty, go ahead and put a little bit of the Pam onto the grill. Eric, don't paint the item with it. Just very...
I know how to paint.
All right. Great. Awesome. You missed a spot. Perfect.
So what we want to do, folks, for a slider, you want about a meatball size portion. And we're just going to gently kind of pat those. So you got like a meatball size there and just kind of.
So I would, once you get them made, put them on the tray. So then we'll make sure we have enough because we need 12. We have 12 buns. We want to, because you may be able to go and add a little meat back. Okay, now, guys, now it looks like someone has already taken a nice size bite out of that one.
No, because here's the
So
thing.
we're gonna go back.
Here's the thing. You want an authentic burger. Like, you don't want a McDonald's burger where every burger is exactly 3 inches round.
But
like, that's character. That is character. That's a real burger.
Do you want a burger that looks like, Eric, you gotta fix that one.
That's what a real burger looks like. But see, you're not used to that, and that's
Really?
fine.
But anyway, while Eric is working on his sliders, now, there's a lot of stuff going on in the news right now. I'm sure you guys know. The one thing, though, that has kind of got me I don't know, I'm just kind of shocked. As a mom, I don't have a teenage daughter,
Thank God.
but I just know that I would be kind of taken aback if I saw a picture of my daughter wearing some of the shorts that our beloved Malia Obama was wearing. Have you guys seen the shorts and the little tank tops that she's been wearing lately?
Well,
I don't know how I feel about that, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
and you know, obviously, we're big fans of the Obamas and the Obama girls, but I think you're kind of coming at it.
Eric, come on.
I think you're coming at it from kind of a mom's perspective, and I can understand that. I think she is, you know, she graduated from school, right? She's taking a year off and then she's going to college.
Yeah.
She's just rebelling and being free and open.
Eric, I'm having to go back and redo all your darn.
Well, I'm having to talk and do this at the same time.
Again, the Food Network. The Food Network.
I did not audition. Look, put me on the lawn and garden, whatever that is.
Eric's sliders might be like crystals. You guys have crystals or White Castle? I think.
Ooh,
that's
which do y'all? So I can't tell the difference. I've had both. To me, they taste the same. Crystals versus White Castle. You got crystals in the south, southeast, White Castles in the northeast. I've never seen either one of them out west.
Really?
But, yeah, but I can't taste the difference. They both. You get sick.
Yeah, I can't eat it. I don't know what it is. I
Can't eat crystals.
feel like I have to throw up after I eat one. But anyway,
Yeah, going back to Malia.
how do you feel, Eric?
As a dad, yeah, she likes her short shorts and her little
Can
tube
we get them
tops.
just a little bit longer?
But you know, that's how the girls. I mean, that's not new. That's, you know. So my question. All right, how about this? Let me ask this, because I was gonna say that's how girls dress nowadays, but no, that's how y'all have always dressed. Like
Right.
Daisy Dukes were in style when I was young.
Yeah.
So my question is for women. I just find the psychology of the way y'all dress real interesting because
There's a psychology to it.
yeah, oh, absolutely, because you guys want to show skin, and it varies, right? The kind of skin you want to show, how much skin you want to show. You know, some women are more conservative than others, but I think in some manner or fashion, all women want to show a little bit of skin. Yeah, that's cleavage right there. Right?
Continue.
So, but then if a guy gives you unwanted attention, you're like disgusted.
Right.
And I know you're going to say, well,
we're
I'm dressing for other women or for
I'm not dressing for other women,
Yeah.
and I'm not dressing for, other men. If I like an outfit, then I wear it.
So what is it about showing skin that makes you like an outfit? Why does that say, oh, I'm showing skin?
Because if you work out, and I don't know how, we have gotten all the way off of the subject I brought up. I was talking about
Well,
Malia
going back to
Obama.
Malia.
But,
I'm gonna go right back to Malia.
if I have been working out or, I just think I look nice in a piece of clothing, I think as a mature adult, I have the right to do that.
So Malia probably thinks she has
Right,
nice
but
legs and she wants to show them off.
Well, here's my issue with her. I just think, gosh, you're a little young.
Well, look, I come at it from two perspectives.
I don't-
She's 18, like I get it, but then if that was my daughter, I'd be like, I don't know.
And the other thing too is I think there's a time and place. Yeah, I don't have a problem with what she's wearing per se. I just think there should be a time and place for certain items of clothing.
But she's a good girl.
Yeah, she's a good
She was
girl.
at a concert with her friends.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I just think that's what women do. That's what y'all do. And 18.
Why do they have to be so short though? Why
But
do they have to be so
Come on. You probably, I'm trying to think, do you have a pair that short?
No, I don't. You're going to go ahead now and just start placing them on the grill.
I've washed my hands.
I know, but guess what? Eric, you can pick this up with your hand and lay it up there. Oh my gosh, nice and nasty. Oh my gosh, because he has washed his hands.
I'm all about food safety. And that's just what it is. If you come over our house, you're not going to get sick. You see what I'm saying?
All right, guys, so sadly, the last days of summer are drawing near. I hate it. I'm really going to miss the long summer days. Each year, though, around this time, we take our end of summer vacation to Disney World. We've been to Disney, like 40 vacations, but it never gets old. But anyway, I purchased just a few items from Macy's for this trip to add to the items that I purchased from New York & Company, and I'll leave the link for that video below. But these are just some really simple tops. I love the cut of them. They're nice and flowy because, listen, Disney has some of the best places to eat, one of them being Raglan Road. The bread pudding there is amazing, and I'll be able to eat as much as I want to while wearing these tops. All right, guys, and so the 3 remaining items are all rompers. I don't understand it. Eric hates rompers, but do you guys see this one? This is actually my favorite of the 3. It is so roomy and comfortable, and the just piece de la resistance is the fact that it has pockets. Come on, this romper screams vacation. With Tan and Eric. Before we get started with today's tea time, I would like to first off apologize for the baseball cap. It's actually a Mickey baseball cap. We are headed out.
There's nothing wrong with wearing a baseball cap.
You're right. You're absolutely right. So I take my apology back. But we are actually headed out to run a few errands that we have for our Disney World trip. We are about, what, a week and a half or so out?
I think more than that.
Maybe more than that.
It's gonna be a minute, but
we planned early.
It's coming up. It's coming up.
We planned early. Proper planning makes for just really fabulous vacations. We swear by that. So we're still doing a little bit of planning. But anyway.
Maybe we should do a video on that.
On what?
Proper planning, and then also how
for vacation?
Yeah, and then how we plan for Disney, because a lot of people go for Disney, but there are definitely some tips and tricks that we have learned.
Oh yeah, if you have never been to Disney World, do your homework before you go so that it's a great experience.
Just Orlando in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
Anyway, the topic for today's tea time is 5 tips to a successful, intimate marriage.
I don't recall approving this topic.
Whatever. This topic is what Eric left off on in the previous tea
I left
time.
It off on purpose.
You didn't leave it off. I left it off. Yeah.
I left it off. I don't want to. This is getting personal.
All right. So this will be the clean version. It is absolutely clean. We are all adults here. But so intimacy. The first key or tip that we have for a successful, intimate marriage is to make time for it. Okay. You cannot be intimate if you don't do it. So
Well, I think so. Spontaneity is great.
It's absolutely great. It is the perfect way to go if you can. But
at a certain point, we're all adults. You get a lot of children and jobs and careers and chores. So I hate to say it, but you might have to schedule out. You might need to have a set day and time so that there is no confusion. Everybody knows what's,
everybody knows what to expect. So if you're planning some girls' night out, or I don't know, just anything, if it is on your calendar to do, I know a lot of you out there have your little planners and you put your little stickers,
so get a special
color
sticker.
Coding. Get a special sticker for your intimate night. That way, I need to make sure I'm not so tired or so overbooked that I don't have time for my intimate time with my spouse. Okay.
And I think number 2, a lot of these fall into the kind of the same category. It's about just making time for yourself. Because number two is don't lose yourself in the marriage. So
yeah, what does that mean? Don't lose yourself.
Well,
in
it's
marriage.
the schedule. You have to respect the fact that even though you have a bunch of children, you're still married, and then also just making sure that you're both physically attracted to each other. The woman should feel like she's physically, attractive. Because I know women, if you guys don't feel attractive.
Oh yeah, I know for me, if I feel like I haven't worked out in a while, or I've, put on a, 5 pounds or so here or there, then I'm just like, ugh,
Yeah.
babe, I don't even know why you want, I'm just not feeling myself. But if I know you guys saw the footage I had in the video earlier of me working out. I've been really, on my little workout kick here lately. So if I know I've been putting the time and energy into myself to make sure that I am still that person that Eric fell in love with, back when we were in college, then I know,
And look, we all age. None of us look like we look like when we were in our teens, but
maybe you do.
I think I wish. I think at the end of the day, health and intimacy are like this. So the next one, I'm gonna skip to number 4 because I think it's related. And we'll come back to number 3. Make your spouse feel like they're still attractive to you. You have to have the compliments and do and say sweet stuff.
All the time. All the time. Don't wait until, if you're putting it in your planner, don't wait until you know that it's Tuesday and that is your intimate day, and then all of a sudden, oh babe, you look so great today, or I just like your hair today. No, you need to do that 7 days a week, multiple times during the day, so that when that particular intimate day rolls around, your spouse isn't feeling like a piece of meat. He's just being nice to me, or she's just being nice to me today because they know that it is that intimate day.
And sometimes, I like date nights and stuff are great where you can get dressed up and look great, but sometimes you just don't have time. So even if it's not a date night or a special night, still treat your spouse, like they're...
Yep, I know in the previous tea time, a lot of you mentioned that you do have, multiple kids. I think we said that was one of the keys to our successful marriage, that we just have the one child, and we have the one child because that is what our personalities can deal with. Well, a couple of you said that, you have 4 and 5 kids because that's what your personalities can deal with and you're handling it well. Well, as it relates to the date night, if you have 4 or 5 kids, it can be kind of hard to get a sitter for 4 or 5 kids, depending on their ages. So like Eric said, sometimes a date night really isn't going to be, real feasible. So you just have to kind of take those opportunities during the day to be, really sweet and caring and attentive, to your spouse, so that once again, on your intimate night, your spouse isn't feeling like,
just a piece of meat.
Just a piece of meat. Just being nice to me because, it's Tuesday.
So what if your spouse is sick or has a headache on the
is this the 4th or the 5th
Tuesday?
one?
This is the 3rd one.
All right, this is the 3rd one?
Yeah, what if your spouse is...
All right, so respect the sick days, okay? Listen.
I have some stuff I'm going to say here.
Respect the sick days. Okay, let's say it's Tuesday. Tuesday is the intimate day. And you have a headache. But on the calendar it said that today is the day. Listen, you can't get upset because your spouse, has a headache. And it's supposed to be the intimate day. You have to respect that day. We all get sick. You're supposed to go to work Monday through Friday. If you have a position, a job where you work Monday through Friday, guess what? Your boss is expecting you to come into work Monday through Friday. But stuff happens. You get the flu. You catch, you get a headache. You get a stomach ache. It is what it is. Don't get upset with the other individual because I got to take a sick day today.
This is probably more of the men getting upset with the women. I don't think the guys have a lot of sick days. So,
I don't know.
I don't think that's as big. All right, the last one is kind of distraction / visual stuff. So I know for the guys, I still disagree.
So what is it? You got to give it.
So in one video you were like, well, when men do chores, that's a turn on. It makes us want to be... I
said that?
You agree with that. You co-signed. I was like, I've never seen you do that, but apparently that's what...
What tea time was that? Y'all let me know what tea time that was.
Yeah, I thought you had said that. But I do think...
Do you guys, women, and this is a really good tea time for you to watch with your spouse, okay? But here's the question. Ladies, Do you think that it is a turn on if your spouse is your male spouse is cleans or?
Do you think it's a turn on?
But see, you do it so much.
So you should always be. Hey.
I don't know.
I think though, so this goes back to the kids and the family. So guys, again, you know, women are intimate up here, right? So if the house is a mess, the kids screaming and crying, it's dirty, she's overwhelmed, she's not going to be as in the mood. So you got to pitch in and help her out so that she feels like.
You're saying on the days where it's penciled in on my.
Only on those days, never ever help any other times. On those days only, no. But just make sure she's not overwhelmed. Change the sheets, you know, do all this stuff. Make sure the house is clean and neat, and help her out so that at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, she's not dog ass tired, and you're like, hey, it's Tuesday at 11:55. We got 5 more minutes.
What we're gonna do is
Right,
the kitchen, the dishes stacked up in the sink.
Yeah.
I've had to do this, and that. So just make sure you kind of pitch in on your scheduled intimate days so that she's not feeling, overwhelmed. So she doesn't have an excuse,
So I would say if women are intimate up here, guys are very much intimate right here. Like, we're very visual. So, your guy probably has like a certain outfit he likes for you to wear, and that could be just a regular day-to-day outfit. That could be something for the bedroom. But ladies, just remember, guys are visual. We can't help it. It's for us. The turn on is all here. So just he likes you to look a certain way or to have a certain outfit or whatever. Hey.
All right. And so with that,
why you getting all? Why you blushing? What's going on?
Bye guys.
Bye y'all.